Now, as you may know, Liverpool's famous bombed-out church is currently undergoing extensive repairs to its crumbling stonework. St Luke's is expected to reopen at the end of the year, and the city's council is looking for organisations to run the site with a programme of events to fund its ongoing maintenance and improvements. 6 groups have expressed an interest in taking on the 21-year lease, and I'm joined in the studio now by Tom McGuinness, who chairs one of those groups, and the Friends of St Luke's Memorial Garden Church. Also, Peter is... Peter, how do we say it, Peter? How do we say it?
Shrieversman.
There you go. Peter Shrieversman is the chair of the Rope Walks Residents Association. So, who's involved in the Friends group then?
Morning, Graham.
Good morning,
everybody.
Good morning. Good to talk to you.
Quite a lot of people, actually. We've had some great support from some amazing people. People like Dame Lorna, Lord Lieutenant, Louise Elman MP, loads of people. They're our patrons, along with Lord Monks and Lord Story. And it seems to have been a long journey from 2.5 years ago to getting here today. But it's been a great journey.
Tell us how you got involved then.
Initially, somebody had messaged me to ask me 2.5 years ago, did I see a newspaper cutting about St Luke's being sold for £1. Everybody was up in arms, and, what do we do, what do we do? And my initial reaction was, no, this isn't going to happen. And then somebody called DC Donnelly set up a great petition, which I think got about 42,000 people to vote on it, to save the church. The mayor then come forward and said he decided it wasn't for sale for £1 or for £1 million. So in that respect, we'd achieved that goal of saving St Luke's. And
that's and the rest is an ongoing thing where we are today. Well, Peter, you're the chair of the Rope Walks Residents Association. Yes. How will any changes affect the Rope Walks area?
Yeah, Tom reached out to me at that particular time, and residents who are obviously a core part of the community in that area where St Luke's sort of fringes on, have always mentioned to me about what's going to happen with the building, because there traditionally were events that were very suitable to the church and to what it stands for, both to the city as well as the community. And there were events that were, let's say, bearing in mind it doesn't have a roof and no windows, that were maybe, if you put an electronic music rave in there, people took objection. And I was always very passionate of making sure that whoever is going to run this in the future has got the long-term vision and something suitable in their
Tom, what kind of events are you thinking of then? What's in the plan?
I suppose, first of all, to turn it on its head a bit, we're actually moving forward with the idea of having a trusteeship for the building. So as far as the Friends of St Luke's are concerned, it's our plan to move forward with the City Council as a group of trustees, so that whoever becomes involved in the building in the future, there will always be somebody there to make sure we don't get into the position that we got in 2.5 years ago, where the council couldn't afford the upkeep of the building. So, it had to be self-sustaining. And we believe that a group of trustees would be the right way forward, so that then whoever came forward to run events in the building, it would always be with respect to it being a war memorial, first and foremost.
Where would the money come from?
We've had lots of interest, certainly from companies within the city who'd like to put on events inside the building. Also, we do know that we're able to get grants initially to set up things that need doing inside. We think because the people of Liverpool feel so passionate about this building, and they do, and it doesn't matter whether you sat on it when you were 16 on the way into town on a Saturday night, or you met people there was a love for the building and it's just there, but they still remember that it's also in memory of the 1,700 people who died in the May Blitz. We have to bear that in mind. So whatever happens in there, that always has to be first and foremost the reason that the church is still standing today.
Peter, what would you like to see happen there?
Yeah, we as Tom said, I think the most important thing is that whatever operator comes forward, because operators might change in the future, you see. The church is there forever, and has been there for a very long time. And in order for that to stay that way, we believe that board of trustees is going to be there forever, representing the view of both the community and the church, safeguarding that building. And then the operators that come in are putting events on that suit the environment. And we said before, just roughly, arts and craft fairs. There were some sort of acoustic music events, maybe a food festival and so on, maybe a wedding. There's things like that a lot of the operators, potential operators that we've spoken to, have mentioned that they want to put in place. And so it could end up being a win-win-win. The city knows that it's been looked after, it is suitable for the community, and the church somebody is going to have something that is commercially viable for them, and the church will stay there forever.
Yeah, and of course the most important thing was, whoever comes in there that has got to help maintain that building, and it's not going to be cheap at any stretch of the imagination. We can't, in the times that we're in now, where the council have had to make drastic cuts to social care and adult social care, etc. What do we do? Do we spend that money on adult social care and children, or do we spend it on buildings like St. Luke's? And where we're coming from is, we believe that the people of Liverpool feel so passionate, along with the businesses, that we can save it together. And
the proof of that is that there are at least 5 other groups that have you ruled out working together with other groups?
As I say, Graham, we'll work with anybody and everybody. And the most important thing is that if we set up a board of trustees, whoever comes in there for generations to come, when we're all gone, the other trustees will still be there maintaining the future of that building, so that it won't really matter who comes in to provide events or to manage the building. There will always be a team of people there for the future that will make sure we never get to where we are today.
All right, well, thanks for coming in, guys. We're out of time. If someone wants to get more information or get involved, what do they have to do?
Yeah, they can visit our website at friendsofstlukes.com. They can email us at info@friendsofstlukes.com, or they can call us on 203-6220.
If you missed any of them, A-Team will have them for you later. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.